Hi everyone, today's video is going to be all about how we interact with animals when we're using the roads. Now it's a little bit of a sad one for me, but there's an important message that I'm trying to get out. Just over a year ago we lost one of our cats, Teddy. He got run over very close to our house. Now we live in a cul-de-sac and we still can't believe we've lost him due to getting run over. So today's video is to try and encourage people maybe just to drive that little bit slower when there could be animals about.
Who ran it over? Where was he?
Just round the corner by Liz's.
Are you putting all that effort into chewing that? Are you? Go on then, I'll let you have that. a tiny little root or a twig. Funny. So we're not just trying to make people aware of keeping cats safe. It's all animals, dogs included. Now, Coco's nice and safe here in our back garden, but it's not always going to be the case. People don't keep control of the dogs when they're on lead as much as they should do. But don't forget, it's not just domestic animals, it's all the wild ones as well. The lack of attention from this lady walking her dogs is frightening. One's on a lead and the other one's so well behaved, I don't need to worry about it. Lovely care and responsibility from my viewer. Now she gets it.
She's quite old, she takes a bit of time to realise who's who.
Well, that's probably it, yeah. She didn't realise that.
You see this Ashley Neal? Good speed, good distance, my father's a good driver. Yes, she did wave.
No, she's smiling.
There was also some lovely care taken by both of these drivers. Wild deer are obviously very unpredictable. Pocket of space for the win. We don't all buy cars every couple of weeks. Sometimes it's every number of years and sometimes it's not even that. But when you are purchasing a car, your first port of call should be to get it checked out thoroughly. And even before you go off and get a professional to look it over, there's stuff that you can do before. And it's quite simply put the reg or VIN number into the Car Vertical website and you'll be sent a detailed report within about 40 seconds. If you're a regular viewer of the channel, you will probably already know that Car Vertical reports produce loads of useful information that can help you decide whether the purchase that you're thinking about is the correct choice. You can find out whether the car's been damaged, in fact, whether it's even been written off. You can find out whether the mileage is true. You can find out whether there's any financial or legal restrictions, and you can even find out whether it's been stolen. There's also much more. In fact, there's way too much for me to totally explain about within this integration. But me talking about this service within one of my videos means that I would use it. And I do. I'd be really interested in finding out whether you've checked a car out through Car Vertical and it's unearthed some interesting information. In any case, in the meantime, if you're thinking of purchasing a car, use the code Ashley or the links in the description and you can save 20% on checking out one car. But don't leave any car unchecked. Using the code Ashley can save you 50% on checking out multiple vehicles. Thanks for your support, Car Vertical.
Ja, ik zie hem. Net iets te ver weg om echt...
Wees blij dat hij niet vlak voor jou was.
Nou, een beetje afremmen, want voor je het weet...
Nog eentje, hond. Een jagershond, denk ik.
Dat denk ik ook. Ah,
Ja.
een auto besloten om die aan te zetten.
Oké.
Maar goed, een goede band. handen heb.
Nou, moet je al afremmen.
Ja.
Je mag.
Jezus.
Do you think the bird of prey was possibly after the pheasant on the other side of the road? Watch up on the left, where the silver van's coming out. A couple of dogs have escaped. The driver of the van doesn't seem to be too bothered, but the dog's recall is terrible. And they run off, and they both head straight towards the M11. My viewer does their absolute best to try and stop the dogs going any further. But unfortunately it's not successful, and now one of the dogs is wandering close to the motorway's edge. Eventually the silver van comes past again, perhaps the owner. They do seem to stop up on a hard shoulder, and then quite soon drive off again. Hopefully the dogs were recovered. A much less worrying clip, this one. Nice work, Yeezy. This could be pretty dangerous, and it's something that I would never do with either of my dogs. However, this dog looks as though they're well trained and well versed in what's going on. The ability to react in an emergency, though, is taken away drastically. Imagine if the rider had to stop or swerve. Without question, this is irresponsible road use and pet ownership. And as you can see, they don't just save it for the side roads. This road use is much more sensible. Don't worry, it's not a watership down moment.
We're just getting too general. I think there are lots of legitimate critiques of it. Oh yeah, I agree that
Hello. Thank you.
Not something you see very often on our roads nowadays, and I'm not talking about going over the central reservation. Horses in this guise are much more common, and it's nice to see my viewer dealing with them impeccably.
20 deaths globally attributed to alcohol consumption. It has been consistently argued that alcohol at a population level is 100 times more harmful than cannabis, cocaine, and heroin.
I can't ever remember having to drive around a cow on a road. However, I do live under a rock in the city of Liverpool. Again, great care by my viewer. Pheasants are really common, but peacocks aren't. Amazing work by my viewer. I'm sure many of you would do exactly the same, just as I would. A little extra piece of advice though if you didn't know it. Hedgehogs can carry bacteria, parasites and disease, so make sure you wash your hands thoroughly if you do touch one. Saying that, the same could be said for touching any animal, even domestic pets. Starlings are much more common to see on our roads. Well, up in the sky, but this is actually amazing.
Oh.
Real starlings? Whoa.
Oh, that was cool.
I'm definitely looking at the photo.
My viewer didn't get the memo. Duck!
Oh!
Cats can often be really unpredictable and shoot out really quickly. Please just drive that little bit slower in residential areas. It's not just looking after cats with this lower speed either. In an earlier clip I said it was quite unusual for a horse to be seen towing a trailer. I suppose dragging one down the road is even more unusual.
Get round him. Get round him. Go, 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 go. It's green. Go. Leave it, man.
In the majority of these clips, my viewers have driven exceptionally well to keep the animals safe and protected. With the unpredictability of some animals, that's not always going to be possible though, and collisions are inevitable. But by watching this video, you might be able to increase your intelligent prediction and just be that little bit slower and a little bit more ready for that animal just round that corner or to run out from behind a vehicle. Don't forget what I said in the clip with the cat also. It's not just for animals, that little bit slower speed can help. It could stop you hitting a child. I'd like to say a massive thanks to everyone sending in these brilliant clips and for staying and watching till the end. If you haven't done already, please press that subscribe button and like if possible. Keep safe everyone. I'll see you soon.